Hello again. This video is to tell you a little bit about what I am expecting as you are working from home for a few weeks. What you see here is a document that I put up on Google Classroom. This gives you a quick introduction that while you're working at home, I do have a few things here for you to work on for social studies, but I know it's not going to be maybe the only thing you have to work on, so I try to keep it limited. You are going to be able to pace yourself. It's not an every single day thing. I know ELA has day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm going to show you below how my table is set up and my expectations. But you are going to have to figure out how to pace yourself and how to set aside some time specifically for schoolwork now that you don't have a strict schedule like we do here. So this is a good introduction. The work hard and be kind to others is something that I want to remind you of. And then at the bottom you see the table. And as I mentioned, I set it up so that you have day 1 and 2, same box. Day 3 and 4, same box. That way if you need a little flexibility, you have it here, okay? First priority, this would have been kind of a yesterday being maybe our day 2 of no school. Finishing your Vero project. That was something we started last week while you were here. I was going to give you Monday to finish it up and turn it in. So now you're finishing it up on your own. I put a scoring guide on Google Classroom for you, and you're going to turn it in on Google Classroom, and I can tell you a little bit more about that specific project later, but I just want to go over an overview right now. So finishing your Vero project was first. If you finish that quickly, you say, all right, I still have some time, maybe I want to do a little bit more on Pharaohs. Here are some options. If you picked up a print packet, the Pharaoh story was printed out for you. If you're working digitally, the digital option is going to be a video that's on Google Classroom for you to watch. I think that link is in the comments of this assignment. So as you keep going, day 3 and day 4 is going to be a map of the Middle East. Complete the questions that go with the map. That map is one where you have the map questions. It's one of those that we call the knockoff DOG because there's not enough space to write complete sentences. As you're working on some geography skills, some mapping practice, if you want to go on a little bit further, there is one IXL lesson you can practice. It's grade 4 F1. It's practicing your cardinal directions. If you are doing a print copy, which I don't think too many of you are, but if you want something else to do, doesn't involve your computer for a little while, try to figure out how many countries you can name. I know that was a game on the Social Studies website. Maybe you try to make it a game on paper. Maybe you even challenge one family member to see who can name more countries in 2 minutes. Make it fun. As the list goes down, you have more items. These items are not on Google Classroom yet. I'm not putting everything all at once, okay? So some of these are going to show up as our time continues. You're going to have an article about mummies to read and an activity that helps you summarize the parts of making a mummy. And then there's going to be extra. If you want to keep going and learning more about mummies, this is something we probably would have done in class, but if you're working at home and you have other things to do, just focus on this first column. There will be a DOG next week. You don't have to write complete sentences. I'll show you how to do that on the computer next week. And if you want to go a little bit further, there's a couple more IXLs you could try. Or try practicing naming your 50 states. Can you list all of them? Sometimes more challenging than it sounds. Day 9, I've given you a catch-up day. Sometimes we get busy with something else or unexpected plans come up and you missed a day up here. Is there anything else that still needs to get done? And if there's anything on this list that you didn't get to try before, maybe you get to try one of those things on day 9. Also, before I forget, not included on this list is late work. If you owe work for social studies, now is your chance to get it done. Turn it in either via email or share it with me on Google. Just send me an email that you have a paper copy of it at home and you got it done. Okay? That is going to be excellent news. I would really look forward to hearing that you got some late work done. And finally, day 10, which would be maybe our last day, maybe not our last day of at-home work, is just kind of catch up on current events. These might not even have happened yet. Current events might be things that are happening on day 8 and 9, future things. So take a look what's happening in the news around you. Could be a local news. You can try going to CNN 10 online. You can read a newspaper. And fun activity here, making a time capsule. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could just be a note you put in an envelope that has your thoughts, your ideas, a picture, either a photo or something you draw yourself. So this is your list, okay? First column, these are the things that I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be checking to see how you did, if you have questions on it, if there's a lot of people who came back and they're struggling with the same kind of parts of a map or an article, I'm going to go over that with you again. Second column, I might not do that as much. This is kind of extra practice. If you want to keep going, keep learning, have this as your option. Okay. If we get to the end of 10 days and we are still not back at school, I will send you something else. The school will be back in touch to see if you need another packet or if we're just going to send out a second list, but we're not going to worry about that until we get down here, okay? If you have questions, send me an email. See you later.